Get ready with me to go and pick up my parents at the airport. So for those who don't know, I'm French. I grew up in France and I now live in Miami. So my whole family, my brother, my mom, dad, cousins, everyone is still living in France. I try to go and see them as much as I can, but it's difficult. So last time I saw my parents, my whole family, was last summer. I went back to France for about 2 or 3 weeks. My parents have never been to Miami. They've been to the States before, but never in Florida, so I'm really excited to show them around. I know they're gonna love it. So I've been living in the US for about 2 years, and a lot of people often ask me, where is your favorite place? Where would you like to live? And honestly, in the US, Florida. I just love it because it's closer to Europe compared to California, and it's just also very close to New York for work. It's great. So yeah, Florida. But then in Europe, it would definitely be London. And to be honest, this is where I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life until I made a move to the US, which was a very unexpected move. The funniest thing is when I moved from London to the US, a lot of people were like, oh, but aren't you going to miss your family? And I was like, I left home when I was 18. It's not a big deal. I've been missing my family since I left, and I just go back as often as I can. The one thing I didn't think about though, is Europe is so small, and literally sometimes I would be sitting on a Friday night at home in London and be like, oh, I have nothing to do this weekend. Let's see if there's flights coming back to France or a train. One, and I would be in France like 2 hours later. Another thing a lot of people don't talk about, and I wanted to mention, is culture differences. People talk about culture differences, but I feel like people don't talk about this one. The difficult thing, in my opinion, when you live in another country that is not English speaking, you have complete different culture in terms of movies, artists, TV people, like just celebrities. You know many celebrities in the UK and in the US, but we have our own little celebrities in France. Sometimes they are famous everywhere in the world, but sometimes they're not. They're just very famous in France and only in France. Another thing that is so weird is in France, don't ask me why, I just don't get it, we change movie titles. So let's say, I'll give you this as an example. The movie Hangover. In France, the title of this movie is Very Bad Trip, which is English as well. And so they just changed the title for another English name. So when I talk to people and I say, oh, have you seen this movie, Very Bad Trip? I'm like, no, what is this? I do that with most movies, which is so annoying, because when you are at a dinner or like a party and people are like, oh, have you seen this movie? And I'm like, no, I don't know this movie, I've never heard of it. And then I go home, Google it, and I realize I've seen it. It just has a complete different titles, which that's one thing that people don't talk about often, as well as celebrities. Again, we have our own celebrities in France. In a conversation here in the US, I mention a celebrity that I just never heard of, and people are very surprised I've never heard of them. But I'm like, well, have you heard of this French celebrity? Like, I didn't grow up here. That's another thing, apart from obviously language. Language is a big barrier when you move to a country, but culture is also a big one. One thing I did though, really integrate when I moved to London and when I moved to the US, is I made sure I was hanging out with English people in the UK and American people in the US. Obviously I have friends from everywhere, but the main people I hang out with, just because this is how you learn the fastest. It's tempting in the UK to stay with French people only because there is a big French community in London. Most of my friends were English, and that really helped me to learn really good English. It's a complete different experience if you move to a country, but you stay only with the people that are also from your home country, compared to moving to a country but only making friends with people that are from this country. And honestly, I love doing this because it feels like I've had so many different lives. Obviously I was in France until I was 18, so I'm definitely French, completely born and raised in French culture. Then when I lived in London, I spent four years there, and I was, again, my friends were English, so it feels like I I feel like a part of me is English now, and it sounds weird because, you know, my passport is not English. I don't have any relatives. I guess I have my boyfriend's family, but that's it. I feel a part of me feels English. It still feels like home. And same with the US now. So this is a beautiful experience, and if you travel, you should definitely try to make friends with people from that country. I know it's hard at the beginning, but it's definitely worth it. What else can I talk about? So I don't know if my parents are gonna be up for anything tonight because they had a long day of traveling. I just wanted to look put together and pretty for them. I'm so excited to see them. I'm very far away from my parents, and it can seem like I'm complaining about it, but honestly I'm just so grateful that we have such a strong relationship, and my parents are still together. I'm very lucky with that, and we have a really amazing family. So okay, final touches. All right, bit more blush. Bye.